For a planned week off social media, I am being very called to drop in a lot. So that's okay. I'm just going to go with the flow because time is of the essence and messages are important and they'll find the right people. So I'm going to trust that and just go with the flow. I just had a message from a friend who said she was finding it really unnerving that there was a lot of really low-flying helicopter activity at night around her area. And I am hearing this a lot. We haven't had it, fortunately, thank goodness, because I can imagine it would be really unnerving. But a lot of areas are reporting, a lot of people in different areas are reporting nightly really low-flying helicopters. And she had also heard about people being fined in Frankston from drones finding people. And it just made her wobbly about the dark agenda of this time. And I want to really use this opportunity to say, because often my message and when we have lives and get together and things I post are very much about remember your power, stay in your power, we can do this, set the tone, lead by example, live in the solution we spoke about the other day. And all those things are true. And I want you to know all of those things. And I genuinely, when I share them, always share them with the intention of empowering you and helping you to remember who you really are and helping you remember your power. Here's what's really important. We need a vast majority of us to understand what these lockdowns are really about and what the mask wearing and what the different, taking away this right and that right and this right is really about. Because there is a dark agenda, and whatever you can agree with that, don't agree with that, it doesn't matter. For you, it just might be fear of a different thing. So whatever, that the fear agenda and the manipulating fear using fear in order to manipulate our behavior is real in whatever direction that sort of feels right for you or resonates with you. But she was saying that this was making her feel quite wobbly. And I was saying it's really important that we do spend some time going into, having that dark agenda, recognizing the depths of darkness that are on this planet, that are within us, that are within some people's intentions, within some groups' intentions. We must recognize the level and the depth of the darkness, because if we're only awake to our power and who we are, but asleep to the powers of this small group and what's kind of being rolled out, and what this time can really be used for by people that do not have good intentions, by people that are seeing this as a great time for a power grab and manipulating humanity in ways that certainly for me is not a way that I want to live, and for a vast majority of us feels like hell on earth. So it's important that we be awake to our own power, to our own purpose, to who we are, but at the same time be awake to that darkness. You don't want to awaken to that darkness and realize the depths of it and realize what's really happening at this time and then go to sleep and forget who you are. Okay, so they're both really important. Don't spend too much time in that darkness, but do allow yourself to go into it every now and again, and within it, find your power. Within it, remember who you are, because you see, the different things that were meant to have a greater effect than what they are not working to full capacity. There are not enough of us afraid. Now, I know if you follow my sort of Sabina Jackson personal page on Facebook, I write sort of these, sort of comical perspectives of, you know, dear members of the asylum. And I know that I kind of make light of it and make a little bit, but they are serious, right? The intentions are serious, that the manipulation is on purpose. It's like somebody recently just now posted on Facebook about this economic Armageddon, and about, you know, all the small businesses that have had to close, all the small businesses that are down in their takings, you know, really making no profit at all, barely keeping their doors open. And that this is, but yet the top, you know, 4 or 5 or whatever it is, Amazon, Google, all Apple, are thriving. They've gangbuster profits. And someone said, yes, but, you know, surely you wouldn't purposefully kill small business. You know, they're the things. Educate yourself, look into them. You need to be aware of these things, because as different levels of this aren't really having their full effect, they will keep upping it, right? And this is why, I mean, I've joked that I say to Dr. Cookson, but Dr. Cookson, well, gee, I've upped him. Mr. Cookson, he's not a doctor. Mr. Cookson, I've joked and said to Mr. Cookson, no matter what happens, just walk with your head held high and stay in your power. I don't care if there are UFOs flying above your head. I don't care if there are aliens walking down the street. You know, we have this running joke. No matter what happens, just don't give in to the fear. And this is my advice to you through all of this. But recognize what's there. You know, to be in your full power, you need to be aware. You need to be aware to what is there. Now, if you read certain agendas and you go, oh, that doesn't feel right to me, don't worry. Let it go. Don't dismiss it because it sounds insane. Because let's face it, we would have all dismissed what's happened so far in 2020 if you would have told us last year as insane. So don't dismiss something because it sounds insane to you. Sit with it for a little while. Just, you know, see how it feels once you move past the fear of it being true. But if it genuinely doesn't feel the right thing for you, that's okay. It doesn't matter. You don't need to buy into other people's agendas, but just walk through life with your eyes open. The more of us that can be aware of the depths of the darkness and the manipulation tactics being used to frighten us, the more awake we are to that, whilst at the same time being awake to our power and who we are. That's the end game. That's what we're aiming for. Keep your eye on that, and that will get us past the line. All right, I just wanted to come in and share that, because any perspective that's all love and light, any perspective that's all, you know, this is why I'm always saying I'm all for action. I'm not just about let's sit around and kumbaya and everything will be fine. No. We need to align, be authentic, remember who we are, be aware of what is happening in these current times, be aware of the opportunities on both sides, and then act from that place. All right, I hope this is helpful too.